Web for Mamina Makwaba, Eba Ghana Politics Avenue. Ahana open all the trending political stories in Ghana. Unsa betumi akan. Then the story ready by me. Hey, Mamina Mofficial, Fisher Seni na yet in Quem one holding. Then the story me de bremu. A lawyer Martin Kpebu and a ding some Kasibi Abetuja ene. Na eno na mbese minimum yeche. Martin Kpebu ababo ntabeka say ono no ye MPP ni na Kufuor na manifri MPP mu enam Kufuor amamu boni na Akufo Addo de ohu president katahye ne proye adore ne se ne da kika nsemo nyina fa MPP hu de emma MPP nya na kono biu na ensema wa keka ne de abusua de mo odru papa kika nsem se Kufuor Addo Nepotism se katahye ne proye ne abusuafo o ma be ransaki o man no ena Kufuor so time sa modie me ma asa me kasa ya bibbi mu yem konyo ko video no ye ba de di obia no moso monsa ebeka bi.
Stop. As I said, you see, the moment Kufuor came in, after year 1, year 2, it was clear that Kufuor is taking care of his interests first before the nation. So I said, no, I don't intend to be part.
So you stopped the MPP because you felt the president at that time was more political than being a president for all? Excellent.
That's just it. I saw it very early. I saw that, no, I can't support this type of government. So the second time I didn't vote for Kufuor. I was happy to usher him in the year 2000. I wanted to see the NDC go quickly. Right. So, and we thought, you see, those days we were told that Kufuor is a lawyer, he's rich, so one CD would not get missing. So that's it. You know, corruption has been our biggest problem. It's been the biggest. So once they say, and we're told that Rawlings used to credit Yokogari and those things, you know, they were impressionable in university. Yeah, so in the year 2000, I think I was in, by December 2000, I was in level 300 or 200, one of those. I entered 98. Yeah, so we're impressionable. They say, oh, Kufuor, look at this lawyer, how many years? You see, we never even checked that. What was his working record? You know, but we're just told that a lawyer is rich. You know, just like today, a lot of Ghanaians assume that lawyers are rich and all that. So even today, it's so persistent. So you can imagine more than 20 years ago, it was huge. Oh, so this man is rich. He already has money. One city will not get missing. But Kufuor came and we saw that Kufuor was feeding on the public purse. So I said, no. So I didn't vote for him the second time. So the point we're advancing was that, so you see that Samson was radically, for me, as far as I can remember, in terms of lawyers, he was a lone voice. So he used to agitate me. I was like, but these big lawyers, why can't you stand in the middle? A lot of the lawyers would come, they're looking for government contracts. So in no time, then they align.
Okay. So I'll take you back to the Kufuor conversation. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm taking you back.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Kufuor to you was not the very best of presidents.
At all.
What did he do that disappointed you the most?
Good. And let me show you a general statement before we come to specifics. If you want to see how badly Kufuor governed, you would see that for 19 years, PNDC, NDC, Kufuor came into office, and within 8 years, at the end of 8 years, we went back to the NDC. That's just the best form to measure Kufuor's governance. For 19 years, you see, the PNDC, right? They came in 31st December 1981, right? We're clamoring, of course, some of us were a bit young, but as we grew up, we saw we could feel the, military rule and everything, and then the international community helped us. We fought, and then eventually, we came with a lopsided constitution, not good. I'm sure we'll come to that point. And then we ushered in the Fourth Republic. Then Rawlings did 8 years and then exited. Kufuor came at the end of 8 years. People went back to the NDC. So it's the best form. If you ever want to see, it's the best for 19 years. 19 years from 31st December 1984, right, to the end of January 2001 when Kufuor took office, right? 19 years, PNDC, all right, /NDC. Kufuor comes 8 years and then NDC wins again. You don't need anything beyond this. If you had done very well, Akufo Addo would have won easily.
Okay.
So you don't need, and if we go into the specifics, when Kufuor came, he said, zero tolerance for corruption. Then the next moment, he said, corruption started from Adams. You see, he was dithering. He wasn't consistent. Then the next time, his son, the hotel Kufuor, so many scandals. So I was like, so I was very happy that I left the NPP early.
So did you join the NDC then?
No, I never joined. Why? Somehow, no, I'm not driven. I could just see that I won't fit into a party because I want to speak my mind. I won't fit into a party.
So to you, so far, the Fourth Republic, who has been the best president Ghana has ever had?
Without doubt, I would vote for Atta Mills.
Okay.
Yeah.
But his tenure was very short.
Yes, you see, and that's why they say good things. Let me do transliteration. Good things don't last, or more or less, the good people die early. Yeah, Atta Mills. We all know that Atta Mills never took our peswa. And you see, when the leader is honest, right? On the fight of corruption, when the life of the leader itself speaks volume, it helps to drive the nation. You remember when you went to Tema, the port? See, the custom officers were running away. He said, look, don't run away. Look, I'm human. I'm this. Oh, they were running because we all know, custom officers and trips and doses in the clearing process, etc. I always remember people were running away, and many other examples. Everybody, because of Atta Mills, Obama came. The Nigerians were furious. They're like, but Ghana is a tiny country. This economy, in terms of trade, etc. But Obama came to Ghana because Atta Mills was that honest person, etc. Any day I'll vote for Atta Mills. He stands tall, amongst them. Yeah.
Now, I take you to John Dramani Mahama. Today is exactly 1 year he was sworn into power. Coming back the second time, it's like a comeback. It's never happened. It's history made. Yeah. So far, his 1 year tenure, how would you rate him?
So far, so good. Yeah, without doubt. And of course, it's because he's learned a lot from the 8 years of trolling. We trolled him whilst he was outside government. And, in actual fact, we thought Akufo Addo was going to retire JM, so we thought, by no time we saw that the mother serpent of corruption had finally been, allowed into office. So because...
Who is the mother serpent of corruption?
That's Akufo Addo. So because he...
Why do you call him that?
Martin Amidu Chris gave him that name.
You are using what
yes.
Martin Amidu said, not that you know.
But we believe Martin Amidu any day.
You believe
I'm not the only one. Generally, as a nation.
Okay.
It happens in other countries. I'll give you the example of even in the U.S. James Comey, former director of the FBI, met with President Trump, right? And what they discussed, when Comey came and gave his version and Trump gave his version, the American people went with Comey because Comey had such an excellent track record. He was more trustworthy than Trump. So it's not only in Ghana, all over the world. Two people, you look at them and then you say, I'll believe this one over that. So Martin Amidu as against Akufo Addo. Anybody, any day, will go for Amidu. I see when he was appointed special prosecutor, you see the groundswell of support. Everybody has said, wow, the fight against corruption has been taking several notches higher, etc. So any day, Amidu speaks, Akufo Addo speaks. Ghanaian would believe Amidu far ahead of Akufo Addo. All right. So we're developing the point that yes, JM has improved so far, so very good, and I'm saying that he has benefited a lot from the trolling. For 8 years, he was trolled. People said all the things that had to be said.
What did you say about his first tenure?
His first, I was not happy. I was rooting.
So you voted against him?
Absolutely. No. And it's public record. Yes, I voted against him in 2016. I wanted to see Akufo Addo. You see, after the Kufuor disappointment, when I came to, by the time Akufo Addo was coming, I had practiced law 2016 for about 9 years. So now having practiced law for about 9 years, I saw that, so Kufuor hadn't practiced law that much, right? So, but because Akufo Addo had practiced law for long, you see, and I'm first generation lawyer in my family. So by 9 years' time, I'd seen, the little I'd gathered in life. And I saw that, you earn 1 CD here, 50 pesos tomorrow, etc. So I made another huge mistake. I projected my own life onto Akufo Addo, thinking that, if Akufo Addo is practiced over 20 years as a lawyer, then he must have earned his income little by little. And so if you put such a person in charge, he would, watch over the purse well. Because you see, when you earn 1 CD tomorrow, 50 pesos today, etc., you learn how to put it together, then you acquire this, then you pay school fees. So I just thought, then this one, Kufuor never practiced law. That's how come he was just, that corrupt. That's what I believe. No, Akufo Addo is worse. Akufo Addo is worse than Kuffour. Oh, the verdict is out there that he's the worst president of the
fourth. Do you have proof to that?
Oh, sentiment. You can't take away sentiment. I think we largely agree that in this Fourth Republic, Akufo Addo is the worst president.
So in the Fourth Republic, to you, Akufo Addo
is... a lot of Ghanaians, I'm sure today...
But to you, Martin...
Oh, and a lot of the people
But I'm asking,
yes,
Akufo Addo is the worst president in the Fourth Republic.
Absolutely.
What makes him the worst president?
Oh, the corruption perception index is there. Do you know for 8 years, Akufo Addo couldn't even beat Mahama for a single year? Look, Akufo Addo came to office. Mahama's worst performance on the corruption perception index was 43. Right? That's the year he left, 2016, right? When Akufo Addo came, 2017, the thing dropped from 43 to 40. Yeah, straight, 3 percentage points drop. Why? He filled the government with family and friends. Too many. I mean, we all realize, you see, Kufuor was a president, his brother was a defense minister, Addo Kufuor, and a few other relations here and there in his government, a few. But Akufo Addo took it way out of this world. Yeah, at a certain count, there were about 51 or 53. There was this calendar that had all of them. Okay? Yeah, he did it more. It was nauseating. The nepotism had broken all the records that you would ever find in this world.
But John Dramani Mahama has also, filled position with some persons, right, who are purportedly, members of his family or related to him.
Let's count. As far as I'm aware, it's Joyce Bauer, right?
Yes.
But as I said, Akufo Addo, listeners and viewers can Google. When you Google, you see the 51 or 53. There's a whole table, many ministers, many chief executives, etc.
So what number is enough? If 53 is corruption, what number is better?
Oh, no, to be practical, well, let me say off the cuff. It's possible maybe with more reflection I could change. Maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
We can live with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have to be practical. Yeah.
10?
10 begins to sound very obnoxious. Yeah. 10 is too lopsided. No.
So if you were the one in office and being truthful here, if you were the one in office and you have people who are credible, although they are members of your family, won't you give them the appointment?
No, there's no way out.
Even though they are credible?
I won't. Hey, Charlie, let me tell you, Rosalind, the people of Ghana make you president. Do you know what that does for generations to come? So out of gratitude, they are just saying that keep your family members away. Is that too much to ask? So maybe you keep 1 or 2. Maybe because of certain personal matters, perhaps you prefer that 1 or 2 be at your side. It helps. Keep the rest away. No, what's the presidency? What it does for your family and the whole of your hometown and oh my God. That's a small price to pay. An exceedingly small price to pay. They say keep them away. Oh, come on. That's the easiest thing to do. If you know how it runs practically, it's the easiest thing to do. Look, let's be fair. When you keep them away, but because you are president, there are many people who open doors to them in the private sector. So their lot would improve. Yes, that one is natural everywhere, even in the UK. Generally we've traveled, we've read. It's natural that once you are president, a lot of people will open doors to your relations, even in private sector. So there are a lot to improve. They should just go there.
Okay, that's not a bad one. But then again, I'll take you to this. 31st of January, we all know what's going to happen in Ghana here in the camp of the NPP. Now, you have spoken about it on different platforms, saying that the people contesting the flag bearership will not make them come to power in 2028. Who would you have preferred to see on that, ballot paper?
Oh, unequivocally, I would go for Patrick Bawumia, the MP for Okaikwe, is it North or South? Yeah, around Abeka, Tesano. Yeah. Bawumia, you see, Bawumia would be a compromise candidate, okay? Good because, you see, among others, I've said it and I've been trolled and insulted ad nauseam, but I'll repeat it. The simple reason is that NPP doesn't have a good record to campaign. If you're going by their records, I just told you that for 8 years, Akufo Addo, who had been, curated and sold to us as a corruption czar, he couldn't beat JM for 8 straight years. He couldn't perform better than JM on the corruption perception index.
But he managed to come back to power in 2020. Ghanaians voted him back into power.
Yes, our level of consciousness was still, I think generally, to be fair, was lower. I will tell you that in 2020, I was still upset with NDC. Okay. So what I even did, because of the COVID, I didn't even vote in 2020. I was also upset that we had gone for a new voters register, asking people to queue up with COVID to do a new register. So I didn't register, so I didn't vote in 2020. Okay. Yeah, so today it won't be the same. You see how the 2024 elections turned out. It tells you that the Ghanaian is changing. Listen, I can see that this country will be one of the best into the future. Our people are quickly learning more than, we don't even seem to appreciate and understand the enormity of the change, our maturity in the 2024 election. Look at the gap, close to 1.7 million votes, right? So it tells you that we are making a lot of progress, significant progress on the political.
You think Ghanaians will accept Patrick Bawumia if he's the flag bearer of the NPP?
Yes, absolutely. Because Bawumia, as I said, Bawumia is Akufo Addo. Birds of a feather flock together. Look, if Bawumia wasn't corrupt, he couldn't have stayed or worked with Akufo Addo for 8 years without an open fight. It couldn't have happened.
Some people say you have a personal vendetta against Bawumia.
No, when I started with Akufo Addo, that's the same thing I was told. Then later, with time, people say, oh, Martin, you are right.
Is he your friend, Bawumia?
No.
He's not your friend. You don't know him personally?
No.
Has he ever said anything against you that you've heard about it?
No, not at all. I'm just facing the fact. You see, I think what a lot of people lack is that tenacity. I think usually people just like to discuss one topic 2 weeks, then discard it and go on. No. When I pick one issue, I want to fight it to the end. So I have to keep warning citizens that birds of a feather flock together. Bawumia is one with Akufo Addo. Let's not make that mistake. We would not make that mistake.
So Kennedy is there then? Kennedy can be the flag bearer and bring the NPP into power, right?
No. I don't believe so. Kennedy, is obvious, apart from the, many abuses, the invectives, etc. And so it doesn't make him a statesman, right? The second part is that I don't really know what he wants to sell, or his greatest selling point. If it's business, he's been successful on business on the back of government contracts. No, if he had built a successful business all by himself before government made it big, sure. But as far as I'm aware, he himself has said it. In Kuffour's time, Kuffour said, no, Kennedy, you can't be a minister. I'd rather give you contracts. So as far as I'm concerned, his empire started from Kuffour's contracts, the contracts Kufuor gave him. And he himself has said it. It's too late, he can't come and change it. And that's the truth. And that's just the story. So somebody who builds his success on the back of government contracts, I don't see him as a successful person.
What about Dr. Brian Champong?
A Champong who wanted to buy our hotels for his song. Labadi Beach, etc. He will loot us dry. There's no way I'll try a Champong at all. There's no way. Then left to a Champong, maybe I'll try a Duchum or Abne Japan. But a Champong is a non-starter. But for Okujeto Ablakwa, who mobilized people, led us to be able to fight, and then eventually we prevailed. They were going to take our hotels for a song. We are not going to try that. And besides that, Champong is also shown that, he's the master of violence. The violent speech he gave, they didn't see that. They will not hand over. They didn't see that. No, these two. He will ruin our democracy. There's no way. Okay.
So, Patrick Bawumia, what do you think he'll bring to the table then?
Yeah, so Bawumia, so far at least, he's a career MP, though he's a lawyer, right? And
it looks like you have a soft spot for lawyers.
Not consciously. Bawumia, so I just looked in the lot and thought that, okay, and also, so let me be clear, generally in terms of the voter population, that the accounts are quite a huge, and politics is about numbers. And so, from my understanding, okay, Bawumia is Ashanti, so Ashantis generally would rally behind, and a lot of other ethnic groups, right? But generally, because they have more numbers, so give the one who can, bring a lot of numbers. Politics is about numbers. Let's be realistic. Unfortunately for Bawumia, at least he has a training. He has a training, and he's been is this his third or fourth term in Parliament? Third or so. Yeah. So, and being a lawyer. So generally, and since he hasn't brought up any scandals, etc., it means that generally it should be good to go. So that in 2032, it's not for 28. To be very clear, Rosalind, no, Bawumia can win in 28. No.
He's not even on the.
Yes, so even if they were to bring him today, so to be very clear, I don't think we would give, and when I say we, I'm talking about those of us in the middle, the floating voters, right? We are not ready for the MPP to return in 2028. It's too soon. You know, the way they've looted us, we are now taking
So how long do you think they'll stay in opposition for?
A minimum 8. That's a minimum.
Minimum 8. Yeah.
Minimum 8. Okay. Yes, so that's their best, or let me say they'll have a better chance in 2032 because by then we would have seen 8 years of NDC. It's possible by then they would have been fatigued and maybe a few corruption scandals, etc. That perhaps MPP can ride on. By 2032, I can see will be far more complex because I can also foresee that those of us in the middle, but then you would have had a lot of Ghanaians more conscious, and then we would possibly throw out this MPP NDC thing and try something else, the third force or something in the middle. But it won't just be the normal NDC or normal MPP winning.
Okay. Yeah, do you think the third force could be Alan's camp?
It's possible. It's possible. But not with Alan as a flag bearer. Alan will be too old. Yes, You see, I've made it. I mean, I've said that a lot of young people support me. I still see myself too as a young person, right? I think that 2028, we don't have much of a voice to force the parties, even though I wish NDC will field a much younger candidate, but it appears on the ground because Isidun Ketia has been there for very long. It's difficult. Maybe they can negotiate. If the NDC can negotiate with him, that would be perhaps better so that they can field a younger candidate. You see, Akufo and Okujeto, sure. But if they are not able, it looks like it will be Isidun Ketia. And we can't fight that much because Akufo Addo broke us. We don't have much of a voice to insist that it must be a young person. But by 2030...
What has that got to do with Akufo Addo?
No, because he spoiled everything. Let me speak local Ghanaian.
But people bringing younger people has nothing to do with Akufo Addo.
No, you see, so because he spoiled everything, right, and NDC won with such a landslide, so the common reason, let me be blunt, with about 1.7 million votes, it will tell you that you cannot get any other candidate who can come and beat the NDC candidate, wipe away 1.7 million votes in one electoral cycle. So, putting it bluntly, generally, any candidate the NDC brings will win, generally. Of course, they will also try not to bring a candidate who has too many things in the cobwebs around, no, and too many scandals. No, they will avoid that. So when I say generally, so I'm clear that they won't bring a candidate who is so bad. So it means that generally any candidate NDC brings may win. If it's not too likable, then it can draw down the votes significantly, right? So that's why I say if you go and start making noise that no, we want a very young person, we want below 55, we want below, I don't know. It's possible we can try that, but I'm just saying that it doesn't look like we can force their hand. But consider the other example. You see, no mining in forest, and then bringing less than 60 ministers. You see that in our political discourse, at a point, a lot of Ghanaians, join the conversation.
Who would you wish to see as the next flag bearer for the NDC?
So you mean if we're doing wishes? Wishes. Okay, no. So then undoubtedly, Akufo should go for Okujeto.
Okay.
If it's for the young persons, it's our turn generally to also take over. If the old people have tried, it's okay. Let the youth also come in. Fresh ideas
and see what they have. Constitution Day, the Constitutional Reform Review Committee, actually made some proposals. They proposed that the tenure of the presidency should be extended to 5 years. Do you think it will be a good thing?
Not at all, Rosalie. And this one to have expressed my opinion, several quarters. I don't think so. It's very clear. Let's go to our history. We voted twice on this matter. Number one, on the Constituent Assembly, okay? That's, when I say before the promulgation of the 92 Constitution, there was an assembly when the committee of experts presented their report, etc. There was a Constituent Assembly made up of chop bar owners, barbers, etc. There's that famous story where the GBA formally as an organization didn't go. The story is told that generally they felt indignant that they couldn't go and debate with Choba or that's the story. You know, sometimes there is a comic relief in it, even though the specifics may be a bit different. So the point is that that assembly, they voted on this matter, and the results are that 128 voted against a 5-year term, and 85 voted in favor. Then there were 13 abstentions. So this is a round defeat. 128 against a 5-year term, and then 85 in favor, and then 13 abstentions. So.
All right, the deal for the massive. Some of the brain number that number the see them diga kana Ghana Politics Avenue. Open all the trending political service in Ghana. Heya na unsa bitumi aka. Sema any dedika ya oba channel so be subscribe to channel. Na notification bell no na bell no nsa aboso. Na face what like video no share ma for so anya bi. Na musu de bom bra efba Ghana amano sema. E da mu nyina mase. Se mo agye bre na me de tie. E mo mu nyina fish apa so. Hi Ghana Politics Avenue. Akroma.